Okay guys, how you doing? Frank the Gaming Tank here. Just thought about making you a video here today about something that I know a lot of people are wondering about, and that is PlayStation Now. Sony recently lowered the price of entry for it. It used to be, I think, $14.99 a month, or you could get a discount. Actually, I think it was $20 a month, or you could get a discount at $14.99 a month if you bought it for 3 months. So for 3 months it was $45, I believe, and the monthly cost was $20. And now, for those of you who don't know, PlayStation Now is Sony's game streaming service. Now, it used to be only streaming, but after Game Pass came out, Sony eventually started making it where you could download the PlayStation 4 games and the PlayStation 2 games. Of course, you can't download the PlayStation 3 games because the PlayStation 4 can't play those natively. So the only way to play the PlayStation 3 games is to stream them over your internet connection. Now, I'm not sure what the base requirement is for a connection. I think it used to be like 5 megabits per second. I'm not sure if they've changed it. I apologize, I didn't check on that, but I'm going to show you guys the latency and everything here in just a minute. But I was a little skeptical because I played it a couple years ago and it wasn't very good. It had a lot of lag. At times the image would just do whatever it wanted to. Like, I would press a button and then, like, I played Ratchet and Clank on PS3 and Ratchet would just walk into a wall for a couple seconds and then I could control him again. So I wanted to give it a try, and the quality is only 720p maximum. And I did find that the PlayStation 4 games look a little bit better than the PlayStation 3 ones as far as stream quality. I'm not sure why that is, if it's just a game-by-game basis or how it works, or maybe I was connected to a different server at that time. I'm not entirely sure on that, but I am playing this. When you see it, I am on a wired connection, and my internet connection is a 400 megabit down and 24 upload. So it's a pretty good connection. And still, you'll notice some latency. It's not horrible. It is playable on certain games. Now, if you want to do a fast-paced game, it's not going to be so good. But if you want to play something like an RPG or a slow kind of action RPG or something like that, they're fine. You may even be able to play games like God of War, which is on there, Uncharted. Stuff like that wouldn't be terrible. You wouldn't notice the input lag, but you would still be able to play it. I wouldn't recommend playing anything multiplayer on it. At least not right now. And we do know that Sony has partnered with Microsoft to use the Azure servers for next generation when they want to do the streaming there. So we'll see how that goes. I have been seeing some previews of xCloud in the beta, and it's looking pretty good. You can notice the latency, but it's like maybe a few frames at best. It's not bad. So I'm really looking forward to what all these companies can do with that. I'm not the hugest, or the biggest fan, I should say. Hugest is not the right word there. But the biggest fan of game streaming. I like to own my games, and just in case, the server goes down, you'll never get to play them again. But if you've got the console and the hard copy of the game, you can always play it, no matter what. So, with all that said, I'm going to show you guys a couple games, and I'll hold the controller up in front of the camera so you guys can see the input latency. And we'll try it on a PS2 game, a PlayStation 3 game, and a PlayStation 4 game just to see the difference. You may not get a good picture of what the image quality is like through the camera. So if you guys want me to, if you request it in the comments, let me know if you would like me to make a video where I connect the PlayStation to my capture card and you can see the quality there. I just want to do a quick short video and let you guys see the latency, how it works, and the game selection and stuff. So with all that said, let's get over here and I'll show you the games. Okay, so this here is the PlayStation Now app on the PlayStation itself. I won't be trying this on the computer, but we could also do that later to see if there's any difference for you guys. And one thing I forgot to mention is PlayStation Now also has a yearly subscription now. It is down to $9.99 a month, but you can get a yearly subscription for just $60. So keep that in mind. It's very affordable, very good deal right now. If you can deal with the streaming latency and stuff. Okay, so this is your app. This is a home screen. It's got different categories of games here for you. You got recommended, recently added, because you played, stuff like that. You can go to collections. It's different things. You can go to your games, like if you have downloaded any games from PlayStation Now to your PlayStation, or games that you've played. You can come in here and see what you've got. And the cool thing about the streaming on the PlayStation Now, I'm sure it's the same with the others, is if there's a game on here and you want to just stream it and you're okay with that, it doesn't take up any hard drive space. So say there's a game you just want to try it a little bit and play it, and you're short on storage space, you don't want to delete your other games, you can just click on it and play it. It just streams it, and it will put an icon on your PlayStation home screen. So it keeps a history of the games. Like here, these are all ones I've downloaded and installed right here. And so you can install, again, PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 2 games. You can just go over here and browse different categories. You've got a whole section that's just the downloadable titles, exclusives to PlayStation. You've got your PlayStation 2 games, PlayStation 4 games, and PlayStation 3 games. So you can go in here and browse. There's also a search feature up here. So let's just go over here and let's try a PS2 game. I'll quickly scroll through the menu and let you see some of the different games here. The Dark Cloud games are here. There's not many PS2 games. Of course, they're just games that are PS2 classics on the PS4 already. You got Jedi Starfighter, Star Wars Revenge Racer, Wild Arms 3, Rogue Galaxy, Siren, Dark Cloud. Let's see if there's one that's pretty easy to get into here without any big opening scene. Okay, we're going to play Red Faction because it's a first-person shooter, and I can easily show you the latency in that. And here you have the menu screen. When you click on the game, you have download or stream. So we're going to click on stream now. Stream and download versions of a game contain separate save data. Okay, so if you're playing a game that you're streaming, it saves it on the cloud in a separate folder than it does if you download it. So just be certain of that. Okay? Play the downloaded version. No, I want to play the... Okay, it's preparing the game now. Sorry. Okay, so I can copy my save data from the other game. So, but it's gonna... I won't be able to use the... because I have purchased this game and it's downloaded. Okay, so here you have the main screen of the game. It's booted up and loaded. And I'll show you the latency here. On the main menu, it's not very bad. Like, you can barely tell here. And this is my first time trying a PlayStation 2 game on here, so we're going to start up a new game.
Work shift has ended.
So here we can show you guys any noticeable... The PlayStation 2 games seem to be the best, actually, so far, from what I've played.
Hey, where do you think you're going?
Let me get a little bit out of the frame here.
It's about to get a little longer, mind scum.
This is a classic. I love the original Red Faction.
You threatening me? Yeah, well, nothing less. Go, go, go!
Disturbance in mine sector M4. Code yellow alert.
The video quality is a little grainy. You can see compression artifacts, so it's not perfect, but it works. And we've got us a pistol. Let's go back and take care of these guards. So yeah, PlayStation 2 games are actually quite good, responsive. I mean, you can barely tell. But the video quality is not the greatest, and this is on a 400 meg connection, so it's, I mean, you're not going to get any better than it is. It's like compressed 720p image. But as you see, I'll press the R1 button. There's very little latency. There's a little bit, or just press the stick. The latency is actually quite good now. It used to be a lot worse, and it is worse in certain games. This game I guess because it's a PlayStation 2 game and it's easier for it to process and send the data over.
Don't do it, please.
You know, the game is just more responsive in general, so.
Tough guy.
Miners.
Okay, anyway, that's that game, and you just press the PlayStation button and you go straight to the PlayStation Now screen. So now we'll go back over here to browse. We'll check out a PlayStation 3 game. I want to play something that boots up quickly again. Maybe, what do we want to play? I'm not sure, but this one requires a really fast response time with the controller, so I thought it would be a good one to try. Okay, so we're just going to skip the cutscene. Okay, we're going to start the mission. Okay, so here we go. The video quality is a little rough. I'm not going to lie. It's 720p, but it has very bad compression artifacts. But it's not terrible. But as you can you see the controller here? When I press square to shoot, he shoots pretty quickly. The responsiveness isn't bad. Just the video quality isn't very good. Okay. Jump. It's not bad. Sorry guys, it's been a while since I played this. Alright, let's see if we can get through to the sword. Gotta roll to avoid the gunfire this time. Whoops. I didn't prepare that time. Alright. One more. Alright, let's skip the cutscene. Now we've got the sword. So this will give us a good look at how responsive this is. Actually, see, I played Sonic last time and it was really slow response time, but this is pretty good. I must say, it's working quite well, if you can see here. See, I want to press the sword. Every time I press, oh, we got a little bit of slowdown there. Okay. You do the launch attack 3 times. But anyway, you guys can see it's fairly responsive. I can't see, I'm looking at the camera, hold on. But it's very responsive. So no issues anymore with that. It used to be really bad. Not so much now. Okay, so we're just going to try out a practice match just to see the latency real quick. You can already tell the video quality is not great. It's acceptable for what it is. Let's play King against Kazuya. Now, as far as I know, you're not going to get any boosted load times or anything like that because this is still running on actual PlayStation 4 hardware on the server. So, don't look forward to any faster load times or any faster frame rates, anything like that. Okay, I'm not sure if you can tell in the video. Again, I can make a video later if you guys request it where I capture footage of me playing some games on here straight through the capture card, but we can show you there's very little discernible latency. I can tell in person that there's a little bit, but it's very little compared to what it used to be. I mean, it's very little now. It's not perfect, but it's playable. Let's see if we can pull off classic King combo here. Not bad. My skills are a little rusty in Tekken, but okay, but as you guys can see again, if I press down, it goes pretty quick. Left, right. It's not bad. Okay, we're going to do yeah. It's actually quite playable. You can actually play fighting games. I wouldn't recommend playing it online in an online match. But you can actually play even the fighting games on here now. Used to, you couldn't play anything, honestly. Now everything's quite playable. If you can deal with the slight bit of latency and the immense amount of video compression. Alright, so that's that. Let me get the camera back to the other position and let you guys hear my final thoughts on it. Okay, so as for my final thoughts on PlayStation Now in 2019, it's come a long way. It's a lot better than it was 2 or 3 years ago even, especially when it first started. And it is actually now quite playable. It's very good now. I'm actually quite surprised. But again, I am on a pretty high-end connection here, so results might vary on a slower connection or, you know, just different connections. And I like that you can download PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 2 games. That makes a huge difference. If you are at home on your system and you don't mind downloading it, just go ahead and download it and you'll get a better experience. If you want to play PlayStation 3 games, you do have to stream them, of course, like I said before, but they're not bad now. They used to be. If you can deal with the video compression artifacts and the slight blurry image because of low resolution, then it's a good option for you. If you're on a tight budget and you just want to spend $60 for a year, there are a ton of good games on there, so it's a good value now. It used to didn't be a good value because you're looking at, let's see, 45, it'd be $180 a year at the discounted price the way it used to be. Now you can get it for a third of the price for a year subscription, which is $60. So it's even cheaper than Xbox Game Pass. And the game library is larger, but you don't get new games on it. The newest games are on there are over a year old, so it's not like Game Pass where all Xbox games are on there day and date. PlayStation doesn't do that. At least not yet. They may in the future look into it, but I don't know. So, should you purchase PlayStation Now in 2019? Like I said, if you're on a budget, absolutely. It's a good deal for you. If you're not on a gaming budget and you just want to play your games, if you say you got a laptop and you're out on the road, you go on a family trip or you go somewhere, then it's a good option for you for that. It works. You could just sign up for a month or two if you want to do that and play it when you go on a trip, and when you come back you can cancel your subscription, just something to keep your games with you that way if you don't want to take your PlayStation and lug it around and take up a TV that somebody else may want to use for something. So, good job Sony. I'm actually impressed with how PlayStation Now has turned out in 2019. And if they just get that video quality up and get the game selection a little bit newer, then it's going to be really, really good. I'm not the biggest fan of streaming, as I said earlier in the video, but I'm impressed. So, good job on Sony's part. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it helped you make a decision if you want to purchase PlayStation Now or not. And again, let me know in the comments if you want me to do some more PlayStation Now videos where I just do direct feed streaming or direct feed capture. So that's it. Frank the Gaming Tank out. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thanks. See you in the next video.